I'm Tech Adams. Welcome to my laboratories where we explore science through technology and technology through science. Today, we're looking at a concept that strikes fear in the hearts of lesser men: the algorithm. Alright, maybe that was a little bit of an exaggeration, though for most of us the term is one that we've heard in the context of many of the most complicated explanations and technologies. Cue the terror of misunderstanding. In reality, algorithms are not that hard of a concept. In fact, most of us use them every day without actually knowing it. In the most general sense, an algorithm is simply a way of accomplishing a specific task by following a specific pattern, something that we humans do all the time. Think about what you did this morning. Got out of bed, ate breakfast, took a shower. Chances are you followed the same pattern that you always do for brushing your teeth, shaving, putting on makeup, getting dressed, buttering toast, and so on. Each one of these is a task that you accomplished, and the pattern that you followed, your own personal algorithm, otherwise known as a routine. Chances are that you've never turned your personal routines into a more formal algorithm, a written or recorded set of instructions that, when followed, yields the same results every time. But if you've ever worked for a company in the public service, like fast food, you've had to learn corporate algorithms, or instructions from the company or franchise that ensure that the product is identical for every customer every time. The word algorithm stems from the root word algorithm, the name for the system of mathematics that uses numerals and place-value arithmetic that started in India before the 6th century CE. It was introduced to the Western cultures through the Persian mathematician Muhammad Musa al-Khwarizmi in the 9th century. It became known throughout Europe as the mathematics of algorithmi, the Latinized version of his name, which was later simplified to algorithm. It is the same system of mathematics that we still use today. The purpose of any algorithm is to take a system or group of information from one state and transform it into another by following a series of logical rules, like transforming bread, peanut butter, and jam into a sandwich. A logical rule defines a conditional action. If there is jam in the jar, then I extract some jam from the jar with my knife. This is where the real confusion about algorithms comes for most people. Even though we do think and act like this, we don't think that we think and act like that. But the reality is our decision-making thoughts are formed by patterns of neurons inside the brain that handle this conditional logic subconsciously, simply passing the conclusion onto our conscious minds so that we can continue to act. This is where the human brain and machine processing separate with respect to how they work. Us humans are special in that when we encounter a new or unexpected situation, we're able to draw on the pattern of experiences from our past to come up with a new algorithm to solve the problem or to take action. But for a computer, all of the steps or logical courses of action that it takes have to be defined in advance. Computers are limited to taking input, comparing it to fixed values or patterns, and running a set of mathematical operations to transform it or the system state into a desired output. A collection of algorithms for evaluating input and generating output is called a program. Let's pretend I have a very simple computer program designed only to solve for the value of a hypotenuse of a right triangle using the Pythagorean theorem a squared plus b squared equals c squared. In a head-to-head speed race to find the hypotenuse between the computer and me, the computer would win every time, as it can very quickly take the input for the rise and run, plug it into the values a and b, and solve for c using the equation c equals root a squared plus b squared. Computers may beat us on speed, but we beat them with logical complexity. To see how algorithms can solve problems in the real world, jump on over to this week's Tech Lab, where I use the concept of algorithms to help solve a problem in my life, keeping my DVD collection in alphabetical order. All algorithms, no matter how complex, are simply a set of rules for deciding what should happen in a specific circumstance. Knowing this one simple fact prevents algorithms from becoming a monster, hidden deep in the woods, waiting to pounce on us in the middle of the night, and keeps them the friendly helper that they are, making sure that both our technology and our lives have an element of consistency. For Tech Laboratories, I'm Tech Adams, saying keep thinking, and thanks for watching. Have a question about today's episode? Ask it in the comments or on Facebook and Twitter, and subscribe for more weekly science and technology videos.